Mindset, a daily dose of practical wit and wisdom with a professional educator and trainer, Amazon best-selling author, United States Marine, television and radio host, Paul G. Markel. Each episode will focus on positive and productive ways to strengthen your mindset and help you improve your relationships, career goals, and overall well-being. Please welcome your host, Paul G. Markel.
Hello and welcome back to Morning Mindset. I am your host, Paul Markel, and today we're going to address desire or deserve, or desire versus deserve. And many of you out there who have children probably have been, well, you've been through this time and time and time again. You have children, and children think that they deserve everything that they desire. That's how children start out when they're babies, you know. They desire a bottle or the boob, or they desire to be changed, or they desire a nap or what have you, and they cry and they whine, and that's how they get their way. But human beings are supposed to develop beyond crying and whining to get their way, aren't they? Well, they are. But children often, they carry that over from their infant stage to their toddler stage. And if we don't put a stop to it, then it carries on from toddler stage to elementary stage to junior high stage, all the way through high school stage, where we raise children that somehow believe, they have an intrinsic belief in their heart that anything that they desire is exactly what they deserve. And they use the words interchangeably, but they are not interchangeable words, and they don't mean the exact same thing. Desire and deserve are not the same. Now, I would hope that if you're listening to this show, that you're a well-educated person, and that I don't have to sit here and define the meaning of words for you. I hope that you have availed yourself to Webster's Dictionary, and you know that a desire is something that you are seeking, that's something that is an object of your affection, something that you greatly wish to possess or have in your life. That is a desire. Now, to deserve is more based upon your actions or merit, or in some cases, you deserve to be punished because of poor actions and bad decisions. Criminals, people who are thieves and rapists and robbers and murderers and killers and thugs and so forth, they deserve to be punished. So deserve isn't always a good thing. You know, sometimes deserve is. Sometimes you deserve recognition for your work. You deserve recognition for your achievements, for your labors, for what you have done, for the effort that you have put forward. You deserve to be, well, either rewarded or acknowledged or something of that sort. But just because you desire something, just because you want it, just because you woke up in the morning and you said, I want blank, does not mean that you deserve blank or that you are entitled to it. Unfortunately, where are we right now as a culture? Where are we right now as a society? If you pay attention to the news, you'll see that there are masses of millennials, of spoiled little crybabies grown up, who are out in the streets demanding that their desires be met. If you are an employer, if you're a person who has to employ others, you probably have been frustrated by this lately. I know that my wife in particular has had to hire people. She's had to supervise people for decades. And it seems to have gotten worse and worse and worse over time as employees believe that they deserve everything, including to They deserve to be able to show up whenever they want, or leave whenever they want, or call off whenever they want, and they don't want to put in the effort. They believe that because they desire rewards and accolades that they should be given to them, and they even demand them. That's not the way the real world works. That's not the way nature works. But here we are in a situation where we have adults, people who are in their early 20s, who are out there in the working world, but they still are holding on to this childish, toddler, infantile behavior or belief system that anything that they desire and also demand is what they deserve. And that's not the case at all. And when they find out that they're not going to get everything that they demand and everything that they desire instantly, then what they revert to adult temper tantrums. And we see that constantly, thanks to the 24/7 news cycle. We see 20-somethings in colleges or out on the streets and throwing essentially public temper tantrums because they believe that they deserve everything that they demand, everything that they desire should be given to them. And what is that doing to our world today? What does that do to your culture? Can you maintain a productive culture if you have members of that culture that don't believe that what they desire is gained through hard work and through sacrifice and through labor? Instead, they should just be given it because that's what they want. And all their lives, they've been given everything they want. And so why should now be any different? And how do we get to this point? We got to this point as a culture, we grew weak. And we accepted what we were told. We stopped keeping score in our children's soccer games or baseball games or t-ball games or whatever. We started handing out ribbons and trophies to everybody who showed up. Everyone who's there. Anyone sitting on the bench sucking in oxygen gets a trophy. You say, well, that's the nice thing to do. We did what we thought was nice, and what we were doing was creating an entire generation of spoiled, entitled brats who have now grown into their 20s. We just raised the first generation of no spanking children. We were told 20, 25 years ago that spanking is barbaric and it leads to violence and blah, 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 blah. And what do we have? We have millennials that are violent. We have youths, 18, 20, 22, 24 years old, that were never spanked, that were always given trophies, even though they didn't really win anything. They didn't try. They didn't work hard. They didn't work harder than anyone else, but they got trophies and ribbons. They were never spanked. They were never told that they were wrong. Now we witness these adults or these man children, and what are they doing? They're not acting as productive members of society. Instead, they're acting as entitled little brats. Ask anyone who has to hire one of these people or supervise one of these people. We cannot live in a nation, we cannot have a culture where we allow people to confuse desire with deserve, where we allow them to grow up believing that anything they want, any little thing that they desire, is their right to have on demand, the moment they demand it. When you do that, you end up with the problem we have today. And if you hope to live a positive and productive life, if you hope to raise positive and productive children, we need to make sure that everyone understands that there's a hard distinction between something that you want and something that you genuinely deserve to have, something that you have earned, Some people earn praise. Some people earn rewards. Some people earn punishment. And when punishment is earned, when punishment is deserved, it needs to be doled out. When we withhold punishment from those who deserve it, what we do is we create these selfish monsters that we see on the news every single day. Deserve and desire are not the same thing. They are not interchangeable words. And if we hope to have a positive and productive society, if we hope to live in a productive culture, we have to stop right now confusing the two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that continues. We continue with our book study, The Morning Mindset, a 30-day plan for a more positive and productive life. And like I said long time ago, I'm not Mr. Rogers. I'm not here to blow sunshine up your rectum. I'm here to speak the truth, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. All right, I am your host, Paul Markel, and I will talk to you again real soon.
Thank you for spending time with us today. To get show notes, submit a topic request, and for more from your host, Paul G. Markel, visit morningmindsetpodcast.com. That's morningmindsetpodcast.com. Please leave a review for this podcast on your favorite podcast player. We appreciate your time and effort, and we look forward to reading your honest feedback.